Hey guys, how's it going? It's Zahait here, and we're back with a brand new episode of Shapez 2. And since the last episode, I have been rather busy cleaning up all of my milestone factories. You know, all those factories that we need to produce the old milestones that we no longer need. Well, I've gone ahead and reset them up. We've got them all here tabulated for us to play around with. So I just want to show you guys, we'll go through them here and I'll show you guys what we've done. So I have made a huge mess. I have made a huge mess, but we are mass producing some of these shapes now. So up here, I kind of got bottlenecked by the amount of shapes that I could actually extract. We had to go and sneak a little bit more red from over here, so that's what I'm doing. And we've got our little painter system. I'm gonna go through all my blueprints here in a minute just so that everyone can see what my setups are and tell me how good or bad they are. And yeah, so there's that. We've got a nice clean, well, quote-unquote clean. There's only so much you can do when the outputs are coming out of this side and they gotta go in there. But yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good to me. So that's making red circles, which we are hauling via train down over to here. Where are we doing it? Down over to here. We're hauling them down to here, and then right over here we are making blue squares. Again, I had to go steal some more blue because I ran out of paint here. I didn't have enough for the full factory. And there we go. Now, I keep saying I have 16 belts in these things. I don't know why I'm thinking 4 times 4. It's only 4 times 3, so it's 12. You guys have left me some comments and told me, you know, it's not 16. Zahait, just letting you know. Oh, I know. I'm aware. Apparently, I just don't know how to count to 3. I don't know why I unlocked the 3rd floor and thought it was the 4th floor, but anyway. Whatever, it is what it is. We are producing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 12 full belts. So that's 72 full belts of this shape. That's the dream. You can't really go wrong with that. Now, the same thing up here. This one's getting a little bit more complicated. We got a whole bunch of squares here, a whole bunch of paint here, and I could have maybe squeaked out one more setup, like one more gray square and one more green square, but I think I was limited up here. Yeah, my stars was getting pretty full, so I can't really do any more stars unless I have to go and find some more somewhere. I mean, I could steal like corners. This one's a 3/4 star. That's not crazy. There's also another full one up here. So we've got room to make this bigger if we want to at some point. But again, pretty simple. Here we've only got 2, 4, 6 full... What are these things called? Space belts? 6 full space belts. And it looks like my train is not keeping up with the shipping part. I guess this is a pretty long train. Oh boy, that is a very long train. So, maybe what we need to do then, I gotta go back wherever that is. Maybe what we need to do then is just add a second one. And we can probably just copy this. I know it's gonna delete my train, but for now, I don't really care. Okay, we'll do that. And then we should be able to just add another one, I think. I don't know, I've not done this yet. That should just work. So now with the 2 trains going, maybe it'll be able to keep up. All right, so there we go. We already fixed one thing today. The next shape is down over here. And I think this one we're only making 4 belts of. Yeah, we're only making 4 belts of this one. It's a little bit more complicated. Takes a lot of shapes. You gotta cut and splice and do all sorts of stuff. get these guys, and then you stick them on top of these guys. And I think that actually what's governing this one is I didn't have any more room down here. I got no more blue paint, and I got no more of these shapes. So we'd have to actually start making them if we want to expand this one farther. Although I say that, and I'm looking at another one right here. So we've got the technology. We've got the technology to go bigger soon. We've got the technology to go bigger soon, but let's keep grinding out the milestones. So here is that system. And then the little devil shapes. This one, I'm pretty proud of this one. This one, whoo-wee. Okay, so we're coming up here. I've definitely got more room for stars. I wasn't even being efficient with my placement because it was just so big I didn't even need them all. And for some reason this belt here is not being used, but I'm sure all my outputs are working. Yeah, they're definitely working. So I don't know why that one belt's not being used. Oh, I guess they're all kind of full-ish. They're all kind of full-ish. Anyway, here's my attempt at weaving painters. I should probably make this into a blueprint. Or at least this part. Because you end up having to do this a lot. And it's not a bad blueprint. Can I save this whole thing? Save as paint. No, this is a stacker weave. I don't know what I'm doing. And then we can make a new folder here called space, and we can put that in there. Stacker weave. Okay. But yeah, so this is kind of interesting. We're bringing these guys down here, we're painting them, and then we have to rotate them. Oh, this is putting pins. We have to put pins on them, put pins on them again. Come up here into the stacker, the cutter, and then we are sending both pieces doop, 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 all the way up and getting stacked. Same thing here. This is rotating. This is putting pins and then stacking. Oh my god. It's so pretty. All these little shapes just running around. It makes me so happy. So let's see what we got here. We got some more levels, more levels, more levels, more levels. Top 3%. We're getting up there. I got 15,000 platforms left. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so now the next thing I want to work on is showing you guys my blueprints so that you can see where I'm at. So I did set up a spot over here so we can kind of play around with them a little bit. What do we got? We've got a painter blueprint. I need to kind of trash this so that you can actually see it working. There we go. So these pipes, just if you didn't realize, these pipes can hold 7,200 liters, which is enough to fuel every single painter on one floor, at least for the way my setup is. So one pipe fills them all. The problem is these things here only hold 1,800, so you have to connect all four of them to the same pipe. But I mean, it's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. No, it looks really good. I'm actually happy with the way this turned out. So it's a 2x1. You might be able to fit... Oh, that'd be a jank. I was going to say you might be able to squeeze these guys down into here, but I don't know. It starts to get way too tight. You can't even tell what's going on. There'd be just jumpers on jumpers on jumpers. I don't know. I think we leave it. So... I don't even think it's possible. Maybe someone's done it. So anyway, there is my painter. And let's go through. I made a checkerboard pattern here because you guys have been telling me I need a checkerboard pattern. So I've done it. It's on a 2x2. It's kind of big and there's a lot of wasted space. But whoops. Let's put this in the right spot. So it also doesn't fill. Like, the belts don't get full at the same rate because all the belts are different lengths. But, I don't know. For the most part, I think it's fine. There's probably some efficiencies I can do inside of this empty space to make the belts more like the same length. But, it's getting the job done. And I should probably put trashers on here. Oh, I haven't talked about this yet, but I made a trash belt so that I can try out my builds and they don't get all plugged up. So this is my checkerboard. You'll notice everything is being oriented the same way, like this, just in case I need to use them for something. They're all being oriented the same way. Bingo, you'll love to see that. And that's where we're at. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it. It does get full. It does get full. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for it. Diagonals. This one cuts the shapes into diagonal pieces. And again, a lot of wasted space here, but I don't think I could fit all of this down into here and still be able to get stuff where I need it to go. So we've got some room. I don't know. We could draw pictures in here or something. But similarly to the last one, I think I'm orienting all of the, top, left, bottom, right shapes go this way. And then the alternate ones go down here. Just so that we're keeping consistent shapes together if I need to use them, or if I only need half of it. Like if I need this half and this half has to get garbaged, done. So there's that. You'll have to just take my word for it. It does get full eventually. It's just a little bit slow. You gotta wait for it all to prime, but I think we're gonna get there. So that is my diagonal cutter and my checkerboard. We've got regular cutters. So one thing I commented on in one of my previous videos is if you're not using the shapes fast enough, that, or both of them equally, that they get all plugged up. And that is true. But if you're cutting symmetrical shapes, doubly symmetrical shapes like this, I am just rotating them so that they're facing the same way now. And one cutter extracts into the same belt, so it'll never plug up, which I think is pretty good. Now the problem is this doesn't work for unsymmetrical shapes, so we obviously, if these sides were different, we wouldn't want to mix them together on the same belt because that would just be silly. So this is my symmetrical cutter, which is also balanced, which will not plug up on me, which is great. I love that when I'm dealing with a symmetrical shape. And then with this is my unsymmetrical cutter. What the heck is going on here? Okay, here is my unsymmetrical cutter. In this one, you actually have to keep the outputs separated, and in this one, this one can plug up if you're not using both of the belts at the same speed. But if in the future I only need to use half of a belt or half of the output, then I can just use it and the other half will get garbaged and it should never get plugged up. So it should be fine. The only problem is when I need both halves. If I need both halves and they're not the same, then I don't have a good way to deal with that right now. We just kind of have to work on that. So anyway, there's that. Half Destroyer. None of this stuff is crazy. Like, these are all just, like, you know, the classics. I probably don't even need these. What the heck is this? Oh, swapper. This one swaps sides with two squares. Again, I got a whole bunch of empty room here. I just don't know how... Well, I don't know. I could probably play around with this one. There might be some room to get it all on one. 1x2, I mean. But yeah, so this one makes us little symmetrical doohickeys. Again, it separates the outputs, so these little hat guys are here and the little bowl guys are here. I don't know why it's not always showing me the outputs. Oh, because it's going into the garbage. If I delete this, I bet it'll show me. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's that. And what else do we have? Miners, you've seen. Painters, we've got the painter. I showed you the painter. We've got a paint mixer now I've made. This thing, I think, is working. I haven't actually used it yet. We're gonna use it today. But there it is in all of its glory. We are mixing up all the paints and all the outputs just go bloop down the same belt. Again, I'm using that same kind of concept of one pipe can feed everything. So, for example, this one guy is connected to all of this. Well, it's not really a good way of putting it, but this guy here is connected to all of these pipes. And it's the same for every single one on the first row. If you can see down there, they're all connected to the same pipe. So that should be working. I'm really happy with how this one looks. It looks absolutely beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful. I love it. Okay. And what else do we have? Rotators. I don't need to go through those. Space. We just did. Trains. I should probably make these bigger, but it's working for now. Pins I don't really need to show. Oh, my stacker blueprint. Let's show off this one. So this one, I have seen someone, Voxel Twig, who allegedly has managed to get these things on a 1x1. A full space belt on a 1x1, so we'll have to see if I can manage something like that. I don't think I can. It's too complicated for me. I barely got this to fit. Now, I do know that the the diagonal cutters, these things, you only need 4 of them instead of 6. So it's only 2/3 of the machines that we'd actually need, but they just aren't nice to lay out. Like, look at these things. You'd have to, like, do something weird like this, and I don't even know. I can't do that, because then they won't fit. I actually don't know how this would work. I guess you could do something like this, feed the inputs in, and then take the outputs out, but, like, I don't know. I don't know. That's only 1 belt. I need 12 of those, and I didn't even deal with the inputs from the top, so we also need stuff like this coming in. I mean, obviously I can jump and stuff, and I'm not being careful with my layout, but that's only 1 factory right there, and this guy still has to leave here too. This one still needs the input. I don't know. I just can't. I don't even wanna. Nope, I don't wanna. So this is my stacking factory. It works fine. I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. So we're just gonna leave it. Look at these shapes, they're pretty. Anyway, okay, so that's gonna wrap up our little overview of what I've been up to in the last little while. I'll delete all that, don't need it anymore. And now, I think it's time to get started on milestone 8. Don't you? I think so. Now, it would be lovely if we could find just a yellow square to cut in half, but I don't think so. Oh, I also forgot to tell you guys that I have unlocked all of the belt upgrades. These things are all done. Bingo. Got it. And we haven't unlocked the 3x3s yet. Let's go ahead and do that. I've got 300 points left over. Fluid tanks, why not? Blue trains, why not? Trains, trains, trains. I don't really need wires right now. I don't think I need wires right now. Let's leave the wires out of it. It's just gonna complicate my menus. I'm gonna have more things to worry about, and I don't need that right now in my life. Now, the one thing I'm trying to figure out, and I forget already, is how do you make yellow paint? Is it green and red? Fluids. Where's the mixer stuff? They gave us a nice little color mixing. Green and red make us yellow. Okay, so we need green and red and a square somewhere nearby. Green and red and a square. Let's find the square first, and then find some green and red. Okay, I'm seeing a square, I'm seeing red, I'm seeing green, I'm seeing a star, and I'm seeing blue. So I am sitting here thinking that this is going to be a really nice place to do all this. What else do we need? We also need gray squares. Okay. Oh, we're gonna need purple. We're gonna need purple, which is probably red and blue. Oh man, this is gonna start getting really messy. Okay, well, let's just get started. Let's get started, and we'll see how this goes. So our bottleneck is going to be red, because we need red to make yellow, and we need red to make purple. But I also have another red right over here. So that's not bad. In fact, that's quite good. Maybe we can make purple over here. We can make yellow over here. Yes, yes, that is not bad. Okay, let's get these paint factories set up then. Mining paint extractor. And what I would do is I put these things down where they'll all fit comfortably. And then if I want to try and get like really fancy, then I'll start to move some of these things like this. And like this one here, for example, I can put over here. And these guys can get dragged over to here. And this one can actually get dragged even more. And then these two can move. And you just keep doing that until you've got yourself a nice, tight little compact miner. And I'm gonna be able to get 2 more, and that's gonna be it. I don't think we're gonna get a 3rd one in there. So that's a lot of paint. We did pretty good. That's not bad. I don't mind that. Okay, so what do we got here? 6 belts of green. Oh, we got another upgrade as well. 6 belts of green. Now, I don't think we're gonna get 6 belts of red out of here. We might have to sneak a little bit of red from somewhere else. Yeah, it's gonna get a little bit weird. Anyway, we'll get what we can. We'll just see what we can get out of these guys, and then we'll go from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, we're gonna get a pile of these things out of here. 6? And I didn't do this efficiently at all, but I don't care. I think that is going to be more than what we need. Okay, so there's our 6 stars. And we definitely have more room there if we want to go in there and get some more out. But for now, I'm going to leave it. Let's see how many paint extractors we're going to be able to get out of here. We're definitely not getting 6, but we'll get what we can. It gets a little bit interesting when you run into corners, because now I kind of want to take, whoops, I don't want to cut. I want to copy, and we'll put this one here, and then we got to make sure we have one for each floor. So we'll paste that one, and then we can paste this one, and that's kind of how I've been working on the paint setups. That's not bad. Okay, so that is for those. We're going to need, well, I guess for now, what I can do is run all these over so they're in the same side. And at some point, we're going to need to mix these together. But we'll see. We're going to also just need blue. Oh. I'm seeing a little thing here. Do we want to use these? No, let's not. Let's not. We just want these. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, oh, how about I have 6 of these things? Was 6 the number I was using? 2, 4, 6. Oh, I was using 6, but we can't. I don't have enough red. And I don't really want to haul more up here right now. Okay, we'll keep that in our back pocket for later. But for now, what we need to do is haul these trains. Do I have... What's my loader look like? I forget. Loader. It's not the best, but it'll get the job done. At least it gives me something to start copying and pasting from. There we go. We want a train. We bought all of the trains now. You love to see it. And what do we want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should I just ship them all, even though we don't really need some of them? I think we'll just ship them all. Okay, this guy's got to get up here somewhere. And I don't know where yet. Let's try to not run on shapes if we can help it. And maybe we come down here somewhere so that we keep it closer to where we're going to end up having to go eventually anyway. Okay. Now, do I have a stack weaver? Okay, we want a stack painter. Where do we get one of those? I hate trying to set up these weave patterns. Is this a painter? No. Where's my painters? Where's my painters at? We need to... This guy? That is a painter. So we'll call this guy Weave Painter. And we'll put it in my space platform doohickey. And then where was I? Over here? I need a blueprint for this. Let's see. Space Painter. Now this guy is going to take shapes in on the right and take paint in on the bottom, which is not the greatest. Now if we rotate it, this is not bad. Yeah, this is not bad. We can deal with this. We'll do something like this, and then these. What do I have? Oh, we got paint coming in the side here. Okay. I should make this my blueprint instead. And why does it look all silly? If I'm going to be copying this everywhere, I should probably try to keep it somewhat consistent. Not like that, though. Okay, we do something like that. Then this guy can go right in here, and I don't need that. And then we can copy this guy over to... Whoops. We can copy this guy over to here. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Well, let's override our space belt platform. Okay, so now all I gotta do is get the paint from here, which means I kind of ran all these belts the wrong way. But that's okay. We can fix that. And we're gonna need to get rid of some of these, but let's get the paint hooked up first, and then we'll worry about it. Okay, paint's hooked up. That means we can delete all of this. And all of this, and all of this. And bingo, we need a drop off. Train drop. And let's just put that there for now. Whoops. Almost had it. Maybe we come up a little bit. Okay. And we're gonna have 5 even though I don't need them. And we can connect this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. And that one's just gonna be full all of the time, but we don't care. Okay, so now we've got all of these guys coming out of here. And we're going to need to start cutting them diagonally. And we just happen to have a blueprint for that. So I'd like to fit all of these in as tight as possible here. There's no magic to this. We'll just get them all in here wherever they'll fit. Perfect. Whoa, well, you know what? That'll do. Okay, and that is going to start making us blue diagonals. And then I guess we're just going to ship those on out of here for now. Yeah, we're just going to ship them right on out of here for now. So we can get ourselves a loader. And let's put it down a little bit, because we're going to need some more room here, I think, at some point. And then this guy can connect. This belt here actually goes into our hub. But we're going backwards. I don't know if I want to go backwards. Like, I'm going up just to come back down later. Maybe we'll just go all the way. I typically don't like to run over top of shapes if I can help it, but let's do that. And oh yes, I need a train. Where are you? And we're gonna need 4 for now. I think 4. Okay, something like that. And then we just need to, oh wait a minute, we're gonna need 8. We're gonna need 8. This belt here is going to be super duper full. Yeah, that is going to be a very full belt. 4, 8, too many. Okay. Perfect. Look at that. Okay, so that's going to be the shape. We're going to have to start making yellows. Let's get some mixers going. Mixers can go somewhere in here. And then we're going to need these squares. We haven't even started mining squares yet. No, we have not. Okay, that's not a problem. Let's get the mixers going first. Where do I want to do it? I'm gonna need room for that fact. Let's just do it up in here somewhere. Let me see. Where's my mixer? Paint, mixer, and how does this work? 2 in, 2 out. Oh yes, I forgot. 2 in, 2 out. So this means we're only gonna need 4 of these guys, right? 4 of them. And let's bring this one around first because it's gonna be the messiest one to deal with. 1 in there, and 1 in there, and what do I want to do with this one? Same spot? I don't know how long the tunnels go. I think they're 4, which means if I do this, if I do that, these guys here should just fit. They should just go right into where I want them to. Yes. My precious. So that should be our paint being mixed all up, which is lovely. And then we're going to need to haul it. Oh man, I shouldn't have gone this far maybe. Let's cut this and delete this. And then we can reconnect it. It just seems silly to go all that way over there and then have to come all the way back because our squares are over here. Okay, so we finished we finished that in one train, I'm pretty sure. We're gonna have to start making purple here very soon, but let's finish off with where's my squares? Okay, here's my squares. We're gonna need some painters, which means we can get our fancy painter weave going. And we're gonna have 8 belts of paint. I don't need 8 belts of paint. Maybe we did have enough room to keep this thing going. Paint goes in the bottom. Shapes go in up there. Okay, this should work still. Maybe we put this somewhere in here. That should be fine. And then we'll just copy this guy into here. And yeah, and then we just keep doing that. And we've got room to keep this pattern going. Unfortunately, if I'm going to do that, I almost want to go up and not down because I'm running out of room down here. But whatever, it's fine. I think having that many yellows... How many of these are we making? We're actually making a pile. We're making 8 belts. Okay, I only need 4 of these. Same as last time. Any more is just not going to be worth it because we're cutting them in half and I can't merge them with anything anyway. So let's go with 4, which means we're going to have extra everything. We don't need this. Oh, but if I don't do that... Oh no, it's fine. That'll all work. Okay, we'll just leave it for now. And then later, if I need to expand, we can expand. Let's get our miners. Sheep. 4 of these guys, maybe? That'll work for now. You'll love to see it, guys. We got some yellow squares coming out. Now we're gonna need our cutters or our diagonals coming out on this side. Same is on the other side. 1 in, 2 out. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope I left enough room. Like that, like that, like that, and like that. All right. That is going to be our yellow diagonals. Now let's go start setting up purples. We're gonna need some mixing. We're gonna need some mixing. Let's grab one of these. And where do we want to do it? I don't know. Right over here? We only need 2? We're only gonna need 2 mixers for this. And we have a ton of extra capacity here, I think. Okay, so we'll go with the 2. And if we want to expand later, it shouldn't be too hard to do it. Maybe I'll do it off camera, but let's just get this milestone set up. There we go. Let's make sure all of this is empty. Whoop. And there we have it. Now we got to get this paint into there as well as that other paint into there. Let's go like that and like that. And like this and like that. Okay. So there is our... What is that going to be? Purple paint? Should be purple paint. Which is going to make us purple stars. Which we will then cut. Hey! Why are you still putting out blue? Stop it. Stop it, please. Oh my god, these are still blue too. Hello? Hello? Please stop. Okay, I think we fixed it. Where are we at here? We got some more milestones to deliver. Okay, so now we're making the yellows. We need to cut them. Which... No, we don't need to cut them. We've already got the diagonal. Which means I just need this. And if we flip it, and I put it here for a second, and then we go like this, and I go like this, and then I put this in here, and then we connect this, then I can run a train with 8 belts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we can copy, whoops. We can copy that over to here. And deliver, and deliver. And then we just gotta feed, whoops, wrong belts. And then we just gotta feed these all into there. Now, one thing I'm noticing is these are not all pointing the same way, which I kind of knew was gonna happen. I did that on purpose before. So let's rotate every other one. It doesn't matter which one right now, but we're gonna have to make sure that it's the opposite of whichever way we're rotating these later. So while we're waiting for that to happen, I should probably start getting 4 more factories for gray squares so that we can merge them with those other guys that we're making. 1, 2, 3. I would like to just not have to do this all manually, but I think we're gonna end up having to. So there we go. That should be our 3 new belts that are gonna be gray. And I'm just trying to figure out where I want to do this. We should probably bring them down and around over to here, because that's where the magic is gonna happen. We're gonna be stacking over there. Okay, we've delivered ourselves the yellow diagonals, which means we don't need this anymore. Hang on, we don't need this part. We'll get rid of that for now. Let's delete all of this. Okay, now we're still gonna need these guys, and we're making, I hope, gray. Good, good. Yes, very good. Are these on pins? They should be. They are on pins. Okay, so now all I gotta do is stack those guys with these guys, and we're good to go. That is still 8 belts. Oh boy. Okay, so something like this should work out quite nicely. I'm hoping. I didn't maybe pay attention to which one's on top or bottom, but Actually, in this case, it doesn't matter. So there's our beautiful weave. Look at that. Oh, that is so much nicer than what I was looking at before. Okay, so now what we have to do is connect those shapes right back into here. And I probably don't have room for all of them. But I don't know if we need them all necessarily. And I guess we could probably squish this up a little bit. And same with this one. Okay. We'll give us a little bit more room. Now, the next thing is we're going to need to start working on white paint. And I've just gone ahead and... there we go. We got all of that coming in. So that means we're done with those two, right? Oh, we got even more levels here. Where's my milestone at? Okay, we're done with the purples. Let's delete the purples. There we go. And I don't like how that's going out all janky like that. Okay, so we'll delete that. We'll delete that. We don't need any of this anymore. I shouldn't need this anymore. We'll keep that for now, but I probably am going to need to move it. Okay, so now we need to make these guys white. And I have gone ahead and set up some green paint. I don't think we're going to need all this green paint. I just need 8 belts of purple. I need 2 belts. Yeah, we only need 4 belts of paint, which means I need 2 belts of white coming in here, which means I only need 1 belt of green. Because if I do this, that means we don't even need this, right? I don't think. Let me delete that for now. We'll see what happens. If I take this guy and we put it right in here, that should be giving me the 2 belts of red that, not red, what color does that even give us? Cyan? What color does this give us? Green and red must make cyan, right? I'm assuming? No, green and blue would be cyan. Green and red, wait, that's what we were doing down here. Green and red makes yellow. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter what it makes, because we're just going to turn whatever it makes back into white down here. Let's see if we can erase all of everything here. Maybe not those. Okay, we'll delete all of this. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Looks like it should. Okay, we got green coming down here. This will be making us the yellow. Then we mix it with 2 belts of blue, and we should be ending up with 4 belts of white paint. Hopefully, that'll make us the diagonal. And then that's it. We just got to make sure it's oriented the same way as the yellow. And then we got to stack it all on top of each other, which means I'm going to need another one of these factories. So let's take this thing out of here for now and just move it over here. I don't want to have to rebuild it. Well, actually, we'll take this thing out of here too for now. Why not? Put it over there. Okay, let's delete all of this and see if we can find some room to set up another stacking system. I just realized I did that a little bit prematurely because I don't have the delivery. Maybe we can undo. I haven't gone too far. Ah, I shouldn't have deleted my train. I just did that a little bit too soon. We did it! Now I can delete all of this. Let's start by deleting that. I'm gonna cut this whole thing right out of here for now. Let's get rid of it. And we need to figure out where we're gonna put our next stacker upgrade. And I realized that I did have a stacker. It's just not the most pretty in my space belt. We had a stacker weave and a stacker weave 2 now. So we had this one before. I don't know. It kind of just is what it is. Where am I gonna put this though? You know, can I flip this? Where am I gonna put this? Hey, this will work. Something like this. I need room to get by that paint up at the top there. Okay, I think that is going to work out just nice. I think that is going to work out just nice. So let me go ahead and connect all these guys in here, and I'll see you soon. Fail! Fail! Hard fail. Guys, these pieces have to go on the top. These pieces have to go on the, on the bottom. And this is the top. So, how in the heck am I gonna do that? Hang on. Is my other stacker better for this? Maybe my other one's better. Stack weave. 2. Will this help me or hurt me? Hang on. Hang on. I need... Oh no, it's not gonna help. Unless I mirror it this way and then we flip it like this. Could it be? No, it's still gonna be on the bottom. Okay, I think this will actually work out for us. If I delete all of this, then the bottom, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Bottom goes in this side, and these guys are going to be going in the bottom. Okay, this hopefully should be right this time. My factories are starting to use a ton of platforms, which is fine, I suppose. It's just we're gonna have to probably at some point start tidying some of these up. Whoa, I was so close. Okay, like for example, I don't need all of these pipes going up here, or yeah, these pipes, these actually use platforms. I could use a train instead. Same thing here, I could use a train. They're very short, but it will save me a ton, especially when you're running 4 of them. But anyway, it's fine for now. We'll leave it. We're not out of tiles yet, but we're getting kind of close. Okay, so we'll connect that in there, and then all of these guys just have to get connected. And that is the thing. We've done it. I think. I haven't actually seen one come out yet. I'm hoping we did it right. It looks right. It looks appropriate. Okay, so there's gonna be 8 full belts eventually of those tiles, and then we can start crushing out our milestone 7 unlocks. We're up into 2.6%, and once we unlock this, it's gonna really help us out, I think, because these are starting to get incredibly slow. We'll be able to pump these guys out. 8,000, we'll get that in not even half of 1 delivery. I think these things hold 1,000 now. Yeah, 1,000 per package is 3,000 per, I don't even know what you want to call this, per loader. Oh yes. Okay, well, I guess all we have to do now is just let this thing run, and we've got ourselves a milestone 8 completion. You love to see it. I'm actually quite happy with this. Now, we have capacity here, like tons and tons of capacity here to increase our throughput even farther. I just might have to relay this out because I didn't leave myself a lot of room. Yeah, that is going to be the problem. And we're going to need more squares because I don't... I mean, I might be able to fish a couple more out of here. I did this super jankily, but whatever, it's fine. Jankily, I just made a new verb. Or adverb? I made a new adverb. Anyway, that is gonna wrap it up for today, guys. Look at this, I got 2 extra belts of paint over here. Oh man. Okay, well, maybe at some point I'll come back in here. We need to set up a pin. That is gonna wrap it up for today, guys. I hope you are loving the series so far. If you are, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up on this video, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and I will see you next time.